I'm ranked where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go. Let's go, man. My New York Knicks, or our New York Knicks, defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers 130-116. There were big time performances tonight. There were some very, very underrated performances tonight. There were some weird performances tonight. All in all, the Knicks pulled out a victory. Let me see here. Oh, look who we got here. Okay. Let me look who we got here. Okay. Let me give me a second. All right. Yo, what's good, boss?
I'm great, man. It's always a joyous occasion to show up after a W.
Yeah, man.
What up to everybody in the chat? How you doing, Freezie?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I got a few things I want to try to feature on a thing tonight. Just want to try something a little bit different tonight. I know I didn't talk to y'all about it beforehand, but I was preparing some stuff. I want to jump into a thing really quick. I'm gonna put something on the screen. Right? You know what that is? That's on the screen?
Standings.
The standings, bro. Look at that. Our New York Knicks are 12 games over 500. And no matter what somebody says to me right now, no matter what type of pulp fiction our fan base may generate because of the uneasy place that we're in, I'm not even feeling it, bro. Yeah, I'm not even feeling it. I'm not even in that mode to deal with Pulp Fiction. I don't care nothing about like people criticizing Tibbs. I don't care nothing about people criticizing RJ. I don't care anything about people criticizing Obi. That's not where I am right now, man. I'm in a really, really good place, right? I like where this team is. 12 games over 500 with 4 games to play?
I believe so, yes.
That's insane, right?
Yeah. Considering where
45-30.
we started out and how we were languishing somewhere in December,
Yep.
pieced it together, put together an identity. There's still been bumps in the road, injuries here and there, but we
Right.
persevered. And we're
Right.
playing good basketball. And even in tonight in the macro, there's a lot of things we didn't like to see, but there was
Right.
certainly a lot that we did love to see.
Yeah. For instance, I saw RJ Barrett play really selfish tonight. Really selfish. RJ Barrett's game tonight really stood out selfish tonight. There were some things, and I'm not knocking RJ. You know RJ is probably my favorite Knick. But there were some plays, man. Like I counted 2 fast breaks where Obi was ahead of him and one man was ahead of him. It's RJ, one defender, and Obi. And RJ did not pass the ball up to Obi. That was selfish. There was a rebound along the underneath the rim where all RJ had to do was tap the ball back to Josh Hart.
He tried to grab it,
but he tried stat padding and stepped on the line. Yeah, so there are some things, man, that I wish could have been done. But overall, this team showed what you call heart, bro.
Resolve.
Yes. This team showed a lot of character tonight. Man, just this team, this win was a great win, bro. This was a great win. DSJ in the building. Mets is in the building. Corey Lee is in the building. Mets says, Blorange Tears, send me the link. Hey, Mets, man. Hey, I'm going to put the link in here. Y'all, I'm going to put the link, but I don't have the patience for nothing negative, bro. Not after a win. If that's your vibe, man, all I'm saying is relax.
No 10-man talks tonight, Vince.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come on, y'all. Audio is in the building. What's good?
I wanted to
Audio says RJ and selfish are synonyms, but that's how our offense runs.
Yeah. I mean we do a lot of isolation basketball. But I'm not even gonna get all the way into that. I do want to point out something that was pretty interesting that I saw tonight.
Right.
And I think some of it was the basketball that Brunson played last year for the Mavericks we saw tonight.
True.
Right. Hey, Mets, what's good? Let me bring my guy in real quick. Hold on, y'all. Y'all be patient with me. Be patient with me as I rock through it, man. Hold on. All right. Yo, oh man, look, I ain't played. Hold on. fellas, what's good?
Salute.
We got the
Peace.
crew. We got the crew in the building, man.
What's good, everyone?
What's good?
Okay.
What's good? I have the standings up just real quick as a reference point, just to mitigate some of the arguments that some Knicks fans insist on making. Some Knicks fans right now are nervous about the Knicks not making the playoffs, which is utterly ridiculous. And one Knicks fan insists on telling me that we should still be worried about the Miami Heat. And in case you and look at the standings right now, right? The Miami Heat at the moment are 4.5 games behind the Knicks right now with 4 games to go. So if you're still pushing like these weird narratives, man, it's time for people to stop pushing weird narratives, man, and either open their eyes to the things that are really right in front of us, or find another place to do like negative talk and all of that stuff. We want to speak to the facts of stuff, and the fact that people are still worried about the Miami Heat catching the Knicks, even though there is a team in front of the Heat that's closer to us,
The
Brooklyn.
Nets.
I mean, how in the world can you push a Miami Heat narrative, right, when they have to leapfrog Brooklyn before they leapfrog us with 4 games to go? But anyway, that is one thing that we want to not necessarily push. And here's another thing too. People are pushing a odd narrative that Tom Thibodeau doesn't run a good offense, but all you've seen here lately is Tom Thibodeau's good offense. My man backstage, let me bring him in.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you've got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Wiz is in the building.
Where's my camera, man? What's up with my camera? Can you see me?
I don't know. That's your camera.
Man,
That's your camera. How you asking me?
I was doing some moves. I was doing some. Oh, remember Bruce?
How you gonna ask me about your Polaroid camera?
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to interrupt. Man. Keep going.
All right, yo.
Yeah, man.
Salute.
Yeah, Wiz. I'm joking with you, bro. I'm joking. But honestly, I have no idea. You know what's going on with your thing, man.
Recycle, but I hear you. Keep going with the flow, man.
Yeah, man.
Tonight. Go ahead.
The thing I'm gonna do first, I wanna go around the room and let everybody get their comment and the comments in, and then I got something I want to show to everybody. Dre, you had something. Since Dre's up top, we'll go around clockwise to everybody. So it's like Dre, Metz, Lee, and then Adam. Excuse me, y'all.
Okay, so it was what you saw tonight was basically what Brunson did to Donovan Mitchell in last year's playoffs.
Okay.
And part of it has to do with matchups. Like their best wing defender wasn't available tonight. So their best wing defender wasn't available tonight.
Right.
Jared Allen wasn't available. And Randall wasn't available.
Right.
Which also created more spacing, allowed him to get to his Brunson burner.
Right.
Once he got his jumper going, it was lights out. He could just do whatever he wanted to do with the spacing.
Okay.
So it makes me want to look forward to like seeing some lineups when we go to the bench and Randall's not in the game. We might downsize and run a lot more small ball. Now, granted, we'll be going against the Cavs and they run 2 7-footers almost all the time. So that may not be the most ideal unless they go to the bench. But tonight, like this offensive extravaganza on both ends, it won't be like that in the playoffs. Because the pacing is going to be slower. We're going to have Randall back. Randall's going to demand attention. And they're going to have their center back, so they're going to have a little bit more rim protection. It's going to be more balanced in that regard, but I feel really confident going against them, particularly when we talk about our depth compared to theirs. They're very top heavy. And once those guys don't get going, once those guys slow down, their entire offense slows down.
Right.
Like they couldn't do anything. And we had multiple guys tonight shoot terribly. IQ shot terribly tonight. IQ was like 4 for 17 or something, 4 for 16. RJ shot terribly tonight, and we still put up what?
16.
Yeah. And we still put up what? 140,
130.
130. So
yeah,
that speaks to our depth as a unit that we can find holes and exploit and get what we need. It may not look the prettiest, but we get our vitamins basically. That's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mets. What's good? Hey, Mets, how you doing, man?
Doing good. I had to cancel my own podcast tonight due to a scheduling issue, but regardless, I watched this game from beginning to end through the NBA.com thing. You know, the little free game thing they were doing this week.
Right.
And I was actually shocked at how this game was basically like both teams wanted to shoot themselves out of a cannon, scoring 89 points out of the box between them in the first quarter. And then things started to slow down, more so for the Cavs than for us. Mostly because we figured out the matchup we need against Mitchell. If it's not going to be Brunson, since Grimes couldn't really block, he just kept getting scorched by Mitchell, we put Josh Hart on him instead. And the reason why? Hart knows Mitchell like the back of his hand since he used to play each other in the NBA West Conference. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay.
And I think by doing that, it disrupted Donovan Mitchell's rhythm. And when you compare the only other major scorer that the Cavs had was Darius Garland, what could you really do? Tonight, what could you really do?
A lot of what they do on offense is what we do. If we're keeping it real, except they just don't have the depth that we have.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, what you got, Lee?
First of all, I want to say salute to my brother Les, Big L Boogie, because he came out here. He's a Laker fan. He's a Laker fan. And
Where's he from? Where's he from?
That's my actual brother. He was born and raised out there, and he was raised pretty much half of his life in Georgia, and the rest, he was born out there. He's from California.
Okay.
That's my daughter's godfather. Shout him out. I love him to death, and I asked him to watch us. So I appreciate
that California knows how to party.
No doubt. And and God bless his mama, you know what I'm saying, who I love to death. She had the hell of his parties on the block. Okay. God bless her. You know what I'm saying? And I love her to death. And I'm glad she's still here with us. Right. But I want to say this. I have never been more proud of my Knicks. I've never been more proud of my Knicks because I watched the game. After I watched the recast, I rewinded and watched it. And when I tell you what I saw, damn the box scores, they all came out and played with heart. Okay. They other than the virtual word of warrior and what it actually means, right. They played with heart. They did not fold. They were bold. They went right at them, shot for shot, every way. And we wore them out because of a concerted team effort, regardless of how RJ shot, how quickly Ned shot. we saw people step up. Like for instance, your man Grimes, how you talked about a budding star for the because for what we have going on as far as the the playoffs coming, and that's just that's a precursor for what is coming in the playoffs.
Okay.
So that's my take right now for the moment.
Okay. Adam, what you got, Adam?
Well, this was an exciting game to watch, to be honest, from start to finish.
Okay.
I enjoyed the team effort. I enjoyed Hartenstein's defense, especially stealing the ball a couple of times. I enjoyed Grimes hitting some threes. Brunson being the Brunson burner, obviously knocking down his shots.
Yep.
Obi doing his thing. You know, I'm happy to see Obi doing his thing. RJ didn't have a terrible game. He's still kind of slow like a donkey, and somewhat. And him and Obi thing, I don't know what the heck that was about, but that was unacceptable. But anyway, a good team effort, and it was a very exciting game to watch from start to finish.
All right. Wiz, what you got, Wiz?
Can't hear him.
Yeah, you muted, boss.
All right. I'm in the commercial kitchen. I didn't want you hearing all this stuff going on. You know, we got the vegan stuff over here. I'm not going to show you, Freezie, because I'm going to get hungry. I'm going to ship you another care package.
Appreciate it.
This game actually showed some stuff about us, and it exposed some things about us. The things that showed the resilience, and while you're doing the broadcast, I sent them in the chat. Fourth quarter defense lockdown time. If we got it, we're going to show it right now, and we did it. That's sure what we had. Exposed, yes, little RJ stuff, maybe even a little quickly stuff, but what exposed are things that I think are very correctable. And then it showed, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to give him a compliment. Tom Thibodeau playing adjustments, rotations, timely, timeouts, all around, best coach game I've ever seen him had. And this surely impressed me because my biggest worry about this playoff was, will Tom put the proper rotations and timing on these guys that's going to maximize their skill set and have us win? And today, he showed me. He does it in the playoffs. I don't see anyone. I see us beating anybody in the playoffs. 7-game series. Even Milwaukee, even Golden State, even Memphis, even Phoenix with KD. So, very impressed. Very impressed.
Okay. Excellent. So on the screen, I have the box score, and I know, chat, I know y'all are probably seeing the box score on most of the shows that are on YouTube. Man, if you watch recaps before you got here, I'm merely pointing out. I wanted to point out a couple of things. So bear with me while I do this. This is what I want you guys to see. All right. This is what I wanted you guys to see. I actually wanted you to see it from the beginning. Let me take this down and see if I can do it from the beginning. So it won't go from the beginning. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it will go from the beginning. There it is. All right. The Blorange Tears keys to victory. The Knicks beat the Cavs 130 to 116. These are the things that I thought stood out the most tonight in our victory on the road against somebody got some issues, some feedback in a microphone. It would be like every show. I swear to God, bro, if we do this one more time, I'll be up here by myself. Every show I come up here, I'll be like, yo, somebody check their mic. It'd be every show. Anyway, the keys to victory tonight, Jalen Brunson, 48 points and 9 assists. Right? the most impressive thing to me tonight, outside of what Jalen Brunson did against the Cavs defense, the second most impressive thing to me was Mitchell Robinson only played 22 minutes. Mitch played 22 minutes, but he had 9 offensive rebounds and 14 total rebounds in 22 minutes. To me, that was the second. Yeah, that was the second most impressive thing to me, and it was a very underrated thing, by the way. Mitchell Robinson with 9 offensive rebounds in 22 minutes, right? And the third most impressive thing to me tonight is the Knicks knocked down 17 3-pointers despite missing 9 free throws.
Yeah, we gotta fix that.
Yeah, we gotta fix that. When I saw this, the first thing I thought was I was as it was playing out, I was thinking to myself, like, I can't wait to hear what Mets had to think about the Knicks knocking down 17 3-pointers and missing 9 free throws. Mets, what did you think when you saw that? When you saw the Knicks miss so many free throws?
Does it surprise me? No. This team has been wishy-washy from free throw shooting all damn year. I mean, you could stretch this back to last year when they were being so wishy-washy at the charity stripe.
Right.
It's like they lost the discipline. Even through the bad years, what was the one consistency? They were good at the charity stripe. Now it's been reversed, the way I see it.
Right.
They're great as a team, but at the stripe, they're hit or miss.
Right. Yeah, the thing that frustrated me some during the game is when we could have put them away, or there was and I'm not knocking Jalen Brunson's game, so just eliminate Jalen Brunson's name from what I'm about to say, because I'm just not picking on Jalen Brunson, but Brunson was at the line. We could have stretched the game to a 4-possession game. Jalen Brunson was at the free throw line with 2 free throws, and he missed them both.
I think it was going to be like a 5-possession game because it was going to be 14. It was a 7-point swing after you missed those 2 free throws.
Right. But I'm talking about, I was thinking about at the moment when he was taking a free throw shot.
Right, because you were up 12 and you could have went to 14, and that would have broke their back immediately.
Yep, and their coach would have been coaching the game differently.
And
because like I was saying,
out.
like because basically what coaches do is coach towards leads and deficits, and the second thing they coach towards is time and score. Like, they understand where they are in the game, how much time is left, and all that stuff. And with a growing lead, or for them, a growing deficit with a dwindling clock, you may have seen JB Bickerstaff take a different strategy, like maybe trying to save his guys for the next game or something like that. But since we missed both of those free throws, it gave Cleveland life, like another chance. Like they got a 1-up on a video game. Now, did they come back and win? No. Did those free throws hurt us long term? No. But in that situation, in a playoff atmosphere, you want to seal the deal, like what Mets was. Basically, man, you want to seal the deal from the free throw line. If you're getting fouled, you're going to the line, you got to hit these free throws. And it's not like Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle was going to the line, bro. This was just skill players going to the free throw line and missing free throws.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That's a different animal. It's a different feeling. You know what I mean? When you think about it, it seems like Jalen Brunson was 5 for 8. Hartenstein was 1 of 4. Those two were the ones that were kind of, the culprits, so to speak. So, but the fact that we knocked down 17 threes against a quality opponent, a playoff team, a team that had a better season than us, a team that had at one point, the Cleveland Cavaliers had 3 All-Stars. I think they had who was it that they had? I think they had
Jared Allen was an All-Star last year. Garland was one last year, and Donovan Mitchell made it.
And Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. All on the same team. We went in their house and we knocked them off. But here's the thing: I don't see it. We're going to be able. And this is not a criticism. I'm not criticizing the team. I'm just wishing that part of it was better. Right?
Yeah, Freezie, because when it comes to playoffs, you have to maximize every single possession, and every night you're not going to shoot near 50% from the 3-point line.
Right.
But there are things that I do like that almost make it a quintessential Tibbs game, and it's like we dominated on the glass. We only had 10 turnovers, and we shot more free throws than the other team. Granted, we should have made more, but that was the difference between us winning and losing tonight because we won up by double digits, even though they made as many threes as we made.
Right.
And they shot almost as well as we did.
Right.
So the things that make up our identity showed up tonight. Even without Randall, we out rebounded them, and we got to the free throw line more than them. And we took care of the basketball. And for that, and that's one of the things that should be our calling cards. Even if Jared Allen is there, we should out rebound them.
We should out rebound them.
And Mobley is not ready to be a full-time center in the paint like every game because he was getting annihilated on the glass.
Yeah.
And I want to give iHeart a lot of credit. He was protecting the paint like his life was on the line that whole fourth quarter.
And he only had one personal foul.
Only one. And he was playing a very physical game.
Yeah, and that goes to a point I was just about to ask. I want to ask Corey Lee and Adam this. Do y'all think this game tonight was officiated like a playoff game?
That's a great question. To some degree, I'm gonna say
they let it go. They let
go. Yeah, they let it go. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of look like
great question, Freezie. Great question, man.
Yes, very impressive. Oh, that's not me.
But anyway, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm like this close to just rocking, just every show, bro. It'd be every show. I'd be like, yo, come on, man, try to be a little pro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially when you be on a show like 5 times a week, man. I mean, come on, bro. But here's the thing. Whether you thought the game was officiated like a playoff game or not, right? From a Knicks perspective, when I watched the Cleveland Cavaliers post game, they absolutely thought that this game was officiated like a playoff game.
What were some of the things they were saying? My bad for you.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the things that Cleveland was saying is that when the Knicks came back, they stepped up their physicality, and then the Knicks, because it started off as a track meet, both teams just racing up and down the floor, getting up shots, and then Cleveland matched their, wanted to shut the Knicks down, so they stepped up their physicality, causing the Knicks to step up their physicality, and then both teams noticed that the referees were not blowing the whistle. And so they both started playing like a playoff game. But Cleveland initiated that, being the better team, right? Cleveland was like, we're not going to allow them to come in here and do such and such and such. And before you know it, in that playoff style officiating, the Knicks reeled in the Cavaliers, because if you remember, and Metz can attest, because he said he saw the game from beginning to end, that Cleveland came out and was on us early. Cleveland had the big lead on us early, and we reeled them in. A part of that had to do with the style of officiating tonight. And if that's the officiating, that's going to be the playoff style, I think I kind of like our chances in the playoffs. Now, am I getting ready to say the Knicks are a second-round team? All I'm going to say is slow down. we shouldn't even be thinking about the playoffs right now. We have the Washington Wizards on Sunday. But tonight and that one night only type of tete-a-tete between two teams that know or confident they'll see each other again, the Knicks got the better based on the playoff officiating.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree, Freezie.
Yeah, and it's only natural because we're simply a more physical team with the addition of Hartenstein and Josh Hart,
right.
And to how we play, where Tibbs emphasizes get on the glass, and the only way you're gonna get on the glass is if you put your backside on someone.
Right.
So you have to. Yeah, go ahead, Mitch.
And Mitch was a beast tonight on the boards.
Yeah.
Something we haven't seen from him in weeks.
Yeah. Anybody else notice? Speaking of that, anybody else notice how small Evan Mobley looked next to Mitchell Robinson?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
He looked like he looked like. Remember how skinny rookie Mitch was?
Yeah.
That's how he looked.
Yeah.
I kind of like how the officials official the game tonight. They the foul calls were kind of even on both sides, and a lot of the hacking and whacking was kind of clean. I felt that the officials, paid attention towards a lot of those hacking and whacking and decided it was not a foul. So I'm kind of like how the officials control the game tonight.
I was gonna say like Mobley's best set right now to just be the weak side help defender and get blocks, kind of like the Serge Ibaka role that Serge used to have.
Right. Like Rasheed Wallace. Yeah.
Right. He's best suited for that right now because he's not suited to be the main man in the middle, a la like Rudy Gobert or someone like that. Physically, he's just not ready for that when he goes against real centers. And they're gonna need Jarrett Allen, and I feel like even if Jarrett Allen was there, Mitch and Hartenstein, with how physical Hartenstein has been playing, they probably bully him too.
Right.
Well, our last NBA game wrapped up tonight. Final score: Phoenix 100, Denver 93.
Yeah, man.
Right. And so the other thing too, I think is pertinent to where we are is JB Bickerstaff pointed out something, right? And to me, I came on, I ain't gonna lie, I was all ready to come on here and talk trash about Cleveland, right? But then when I noticed how classy they were in their post game, I was like, you know what? Unlike other organizations, at least Cleveland is classy in their loss. You know what they said? The big dog. Y'all probably don't remember Big Dog, but Austin Carr used to play power forward for them. Is one of their analysts, right? And he's like, "Yo, you can't make excuses for losing to the Knicks, right? You can't say, well, if we had Isaac Okoro and Jarrett Allen, things would have been different. They were missing Julius Randle."
All NBA Julius Randle.
Yeah. As soon as he said that, I was like, oh, that's a touch of class right there. Because my man was like, that could have been their excuse. The reason why we lost by 14 to the Knicks is because two defensive guys that are not offensive were not here. Right? Right. You know what I'm saying? The other thing Austin Carr said too, and he said, yo, the way we started the game was not sustainable. We came out of the game scorching hot from the perimeter instead of going inside out. And once the Knicks figured out that we had no interior presence, they absolutely sold out to defend us on the perimeter. And now, did we get some shots at the rim? Did we beat them off the dribble to score a little bit? Yes. But for the most part, their perimeter defense was really good. They gave up some threes, but at the same time, we started out outside in instead of inside out. And once the Knicks knew that, They reeled us in. They got a lead, and we couldn't catch them. And when he said that, I was like, wow, you know what? I didn't even think about that. I just thought they were just going to their best players. I just thought Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell were going to cook. But then when you think about what he said, the Knicks were not even threatened on the inside. They rotated to the rim to contest at the rim, as opposed to having a guy at the rim waiting on somebody to drive that would lead to them getting wide open 3-point shots. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? He is absolutely right. Because a dude that usually kills us only made 1 3-point shot.
Dean Wade.
Dre, you read my mind, bro.
And it was a corner shot in essentially garbage time, wasn't it?
I don't remember. It may have been. I don't remember. But if that's what you say, bro, we'll go with it, right? But the fact that they started outside in to get an early lead and couldn't sustain it once the Knicks adjusted to them being perimeter oriented, you saw us reel them in, and then we were physical on the drive and at the rim. And if you notice during the I think Adam and Lee and Greeny and others that watched the watch along the hangout earlier, I kept saying they were blowing layups at the rim, and they were.
Yep.
Yep.
To some resistance. But it wasn't like we were heavily contesting it, but we were giving some resistance. Like Hartenstein was coming over and helping and showing, and that was enough for them to miss.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of their guys on that team, besides Donovan Mitchell and Garland, are very one-dimensional. They can't dribble the ball and chew gum at the same time.
Right.
They just do one thing: they'll catch and shoot, or they'll slash. That's it.
Or yeah.
Hold on a second, Freaky. Not only that, but Mitch had 3 major big blocks. He was a major presence there. So you can't say that because they altered.
I can. Lee, I can absolutely say that. That man said that out of his own mouth. what you mean, Lee? That man said it. I didn't make that up. He said it, bro.
No, I mean I'm not. I apologize. I mean,
you mean he can't say that?
No, I'm not saying that he can't say that. But Mitch also made that concerted effort. What I'm saying is that Mitch made that happen. That's my point.
But I think when he's to speak about it, like when we started pulling away, I feel like in the context of that presser, he was probably referencing the Hartenstein minutes. When Hartenstein came into the game, he did not lead the game. Like I think he played the entire fourth quarter, and that's when
also
got the gap.
Hold on, excuse me, not just Mitch. I'm sorry, because I didn't get a chance. But also too, I meant to mention Hartenstein too, because I just watched the game, and Hartenstein still was out there contesting shots as well, and made it in changing shots as well.
Oh, Rob the Knicks wants to join up and say something.
Okay.
Oh, you did post it. Okay.
Yeah, and so the point though is in context of what he said. Listen to what he said. He said they came out and was perimeter oriented first, started the game outside in instead of inside out. And so if we just comparing what happened through the whole 48 minutes of the game, that's not what he was talking about. My man said they started out on the outside in and then kind of worked from there. I get it, man. Mitch had 3, but Mitch and Hartenstein were beasts at the rim, I thought, in my mind. And they didn't get in foul trouble. How many fouls did Mitch have? Mitchell Robinson had 1 foul call the whole game.
That's incredible.
Right.
And to his point, when he says going from outside in, when they do that, it also like led us to figuring that we didn't need to overhelp on the drive, which is what we normally do.
Yeah.
So when like if they started out the game with Donovan Mitchell just slashing to the rim over and over, we probably would have went to that help defense where we always protect the nail on every pick and roll,
Right.
You always have the weak side defender jabbing in and trying to stunt. And then that leads to teams getting on a roll from three, which is probably what happened the first time we played them like
Right.
5 months ago, when they just
Right.
got unbelievably hot from three because Donovan Mitchell was getting into the paint at will.
And when you think about it in regard, speaking of foul trouble, there were only really 2 or 3 guys that got in foul trouble from both teams throughout this game. Maybe 4. RJ Barrett for the Knicks was the only guy in legit foul trouble with 3 fouls. For the Cavaliers, they had Cedi Osman with 3, Lamar Stevens with 4, and Donovan Mitchell with 5.
Right.
So we were playing actually rather hands-off defensively, even though despite the aggression, i.e. not getting caught for many fouls this time around. Whether it's because the refs decided to choke on the whistle, we play a lot more intelligent defense, or both, I'm a little shocked.
It's smart physicality. Like, if you were to watch Josh Hart play, he plays extremely physical on every pick and roll.
On every pick and roll, yeah.
Yeah, he played well tonight.
But he only puts his hand in there when he's sure he can get like a piece of it. Because if
Right.
you, it's almost when you liken it, it's almost like when a cornerback is running back to play, like to cover a ball, and if he doesn't turn his head around, then they're just gonna throw the flag immediately.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
have your head turned around, activated, engaged, sticking your hand in there, getting your hand on the ball, you can get away with a ton of physicality once you're in the midst of the play, or
Right.
you're very close to the basketball.
Yeah, because then once the ball's in the air, it's anybody's ball.
Right.
Yeah, man.
But
Agreed.
also really quickly too, I think the Knicks exposed the Cavs tonight. And I'm gonna ask y'all, I'm gonna let y'all figure out what I mean, because I may be wrong and I don't want to jump out the window. Yeah, I think the Knicks exposed the Cavs tonight. Do y'all any of you guys saw the exposition of the Cavs tonight?
No.
Okay.
I will say their offense is going to be virtually the same in the playoffs.
Okay.
Probably easier to defend because they're going to have the 2 7-footers up there.
Right.
And both of them can't really shoot threes.
Okay.
Mobley attempts them, but he's not a good 3-point shooter.
All right. Wiz, you still there?
They have left.
But I was going to say, in a half court set, a lot of their offense devolves into it devolves into make something happen, Donovan Mitchell. Make something happen, Darius Garland.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
And their ball movement stagnated towards the end of the game when they kept just trying to go to the well too often, and we were already loaded up knowing what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, Dre, they ran a play, but the Knicks clearly had to play scouted, right? They ran a play, right? Darius Garland off the right wing, headed to the basket, clear baseline with a 3-point shooter. They, instead of it being a trident, I guess it was like a bident, if that's because there was only 2 options instead of 3, and so. And he didn't have 3 options, 3 offensive players. He had just 2. But the Knicks had it scouted, right? And they wound up getting a fumble ball out of bounds. We came down and hit a 3, and guess what they did? They came down because they were so flustered that we hit the 3. They ran the same play back to back and got the same result, right?
Exactly.
And then they were so flustered that when we hit free throws, they came back down. And they ran the same play a 3rd time in a row. And then it clicked on Garland like, oh, snap, they know what we're doing. And he backed it out and rotated the ball back around the perimeter. Right? And so the thing about that is I listen, teams watch tape on us all the time, but we watch tape on teams too, also.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right, which was it was funny watching it play out in real time, right? Because I saw Josh Hart rotate. Josh Hart left a 3-point shooter wide open and came down to cut off the drive angle from Darius Garland, and the defender at the top of the key rotated to the 3-point shooter. That's something that coaches talk. That's got to be strategy. That can't be instincts because Josh Hart had his back to the ball, right? That's got to be a coaching strategy, right? But in terms of what the Knicks exposed Cleveland on,
Yep.
nobody has a. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong, Chrissy. I'm here. There's some noise in the background inside the kitchen. I decided to get out of the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I muted because there's a alarm went off. That's what I beeped earlier. The it's funny as heck. I mean, we complain about our limited offense and limited options and offense and what is a good offensive coach.
Okay.
Cleveland has very limited options and variations on their plays. We show that obviously inside game is almost non-existent. Obviously, they're missing a big man, but because they have to depend so much on perimeter shots, they really show that we could actually simply almost stand out there and leave a rim protector, and the game's over. I think
Wiz, you and I on the same page. So you know how the Knicks exposed the Cavs.
Exactly.
Basically, they replaced Jared Allen with Lamar Stevens.
And
there is no way you can be your normal self if you're Cleveland, if you're replacing an all-star center with a backup forward off the bench that is undersized, can't jump. He's the antithesis of Jared Allen, where Jared Allen
couldn't really shoot either.
where Jared Allen is a 7 foot tall mega athlete, super bouncy and energetic. Lamar Stevens is PJ Tucker.
Well, when you say that they replaced, what they really did was they put Mobley in the middle of the paint as far as being the center tonight instead of the weak side help.
Yeah.
And they replaced Mobley as the weak side help with Stevens.
With Lamar Stevens. Right.
On defense. And it just didn't work because first off, he didn't have the necessary physicality.
And he's not a big.
Yeah. And he's not a big. And he's not a shooter either.
And my point is this. If you put Mobley in Allen's spot, the weak side shot blocker, which is usually a super bouncy athlete, is not there. And also, the thing that's missed tonight, right, is Jared Allen is a monster in the pick and roll. Right?
Yeah.
Now, when you run, now we know Mobley's a mid-range scorer. Yeah. Right? But when you put Mobley in that action, all those bumps and bruises that centers get rolling to the basket, like it's like a dump truck down a narrow street. When you're the roll man, it's a garbage truck down a narrow street. You're gonna hit everything, bro. Going to the rim. That's why roll men are always hurt. And nobody wants to do it. It's why Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns and Julius Randle don't like being the roll man. It's why LeBron don't do it. Right? But now you take out Jared Allen, right? And you put in Lamar Stevens, you don't get any of that, bro. You don't get any of that, right? You don't get none of that.
They didn't have any of that vertical spacing at all.
Yeah, right. And Lee, that was the thing that Austin Carr was talking about. How they started the game outside in instead of inside out. The threat was never there. So while Donovan Mitchell still would have got his 50, and while Darius Garland still would have got his 20, 25, 30, what happened is they got that tonight without the impact of others. Whereas Jared Allen was there, at least Jared Allen forces the Knicks to concentrate some defense at the rim, which gives their perimeter spot up shooters more time to get those threes off.
Yeah, because just being frank, he still averages 14 points per game.
Yeah.
So you have to honor his ability to have vertical spacing.
Right.
And on top of that, he's a solid offensive rebounder. Not amazing, but he's pretty good.
Not amazing, but yeah.
So he gets points off of that as well.
Yeah, and so what Austin Call was saying tonight, at my mind, it was absolutely correct. Like you don't have the lob threat, right? And you don't have the putback threat.
Or the physicality. They were just soft tonight in the middle.
And what kind
Right,
of player?
and right.
What kind of player is Okoro?
Okoro is a wing defender.
A 6'5" wing defender. That's it.
If he were to play tonight, they would have put him on Brunson though, for sure, 100% sure. They would have put him. They would have put him on Brunson and not let Donovan Mitchell get cooked like that.
So basically, he has no offense on him.
Well, he's got a wing three.
Corner
he's got
three.
a wing three that's money, right? But if he puts the ball on the floor, it's like it's like Mitchell Robinson dribbling.
He's just there to take corner 3-pointers and maybe a couple threes from the wing.
Right.
But he's there to space and then give 110% effort on defense.
Yep.
So when we go into the playoffs, Jalen Brunson will be on him, and Jalen Brunson will probably be covering him on defense as well because he's the weakest player on offense for them.
But he is a good young NBA player though.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a good young, and he does some of that stuff that Josh Hart does. Yeah. Right, except with more athleticism and explosion,
like the Bruce Brown stuff, the Josh Okogie stuff.
Yep,
that stuff.
The Jared Vanderbilt stuff.
Right.
Some of that. But like in a smaller package.
Right.
Hey, do you want the NBA scores?
Hold up, closer to Tony Allen.
Y'all want the NBA scores?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so Golden State beat San Antonio 130-115. Sacramento beat Portland 138-114. Phoenix beat the Nuggets 100-93. Chicago beat Charlotte 121-91. Indiana beat OKC 121-117. Philadelphia beat Toronto 117-110. Orlando beat Washington 116-109. Boston beat Utah 122-114. Brooklyn beat the Hawks 124-107. Houston beat Detroit 121-115. Memphis beat Clippers 108-94. And the Lakers beat the Timberwolves 123-111.
Okay.
There's your NBA scores.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And more importantly, in one of those scores, the Trailblazers are now mathematically out of the playoff hunt.
Yeah. I think they're mathematically, but they've been resting guys like the last 5-6 games. Like they've been taking actually. So.
Yeah, they've been
taking. But still, it's only 5 teams out of the hunt. 10 and 5 more to get rid of.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of almost virtually set in the East as the West was a little bit.
Yeah. And the short version soon come.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I never thought we'd have this many teams still in the hunt to try to get into the playoff or the play-in this late in the year.
I mean, that's been the common thing since the play-in has come into play. Like a lot of teams have had the opportunity to still be alive because essentially they've opened postseason play going down to 10 seeds at this point.
I personally think pushing it from 8 to 10 seeds opened Pandora's box.
Yeah, it opened up the Brinks truck. That's what it did.
What?
And so it's not going to go anywhere as long as it generates a ton of money, and it's here to stay. That's what Adam Silver is about, making money.
But the other positive part is that, I mean, with everyone, is if you have an injury early in the season of star players, there's a chance to still make it.
Yeah, so, like the Lakers.
Like the Lakers, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
So, but if we talking about Knicks related stuff, if we talk about Knicks related stuff, what I'm excited about is the Knicks playing Washington. On that same note, is Washington packing up? Is Washington tanking or looking forward to vacation?
They just lost to the Magic tonight, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They've been resting guys like Bradley Beal hasn't really been playing. Kuzma could have been back, and he just hasn't been playing. It their lineup tonight didn't even have Kristaps, so like I think they're packing it in. This
Okay. So, what's your expectation from Sunday? Uh, um, um, do you look to rest weary veterans against the Wizards on Sunday?
I mean, who are we talking about, Brunson?
Yeah,
Because that team is very young. When you say veterans, it's
yeah.
Exactly. It's like,
it's
Um,
like
RJ's a vet.
who are we talking about?
yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
I'm definitely talking about. I'm definitely talking about your Josh Hart, Jalen Brunsons.
Right.
Mm,
maybe,
Yeah,
but part of me
yeah.
is saying no because the last time we played them in the Garden, we were asleep right out of the box and we never recovered.
Right.
are they playing in the guard? Is the game going to be in the guard?
It's
Yeah,
in the Garden.
but the thing is, when we play them Sunday, it has nothing to do with what earlier in the season. The Wizards are not trying to make a push for the playoffs. They've been resting their starters, and the
No, but
Knicks are trying to get right for the playoffs. Like the game earlier in the season, man, I don't think it directly
I,
has an impact on.
but they but they
It's more about hold on, Adam. Oh well, Adam, go ahead. I hope this is fire. Go ahead, bro.
well the Wizards may not be making the playoffs, but they're gonna be playing as spoilers.
Okay.
So
That's what I'm worrying about, Freezy.
if the Knicks win Sunday, I think they clinch
They do.
because they said the magic number is one.
Right, but
well,
So
the play. I'm not even worried about the playoffs. Is a lot.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. What are y'all talking about? Why are y'all worried about the Knicks not making the playoffs or the
We,
5 seed? I
I'm,
started the show by
no, I'm
putting
just
I've
saying.
started the show by putting the standings up to show you that the team behind us is so far back. It's okay.
No, I was just saying that if they win Sunday, they clinch. But I don't care about that. And if you're asking me, I would rest Brunson, RJ, and Josh Hart
Yeah,
and play
the whole
and
thing about
play.
the whole thing about
Yeah,
playoff positioning and playoffs. Man, the Knicks right now are how many games over 500?
12.
12.
12.
This is
Right,
the
and
highest they've
yeah,
been
yeah.
all year.
That's big enough.
right, yeah. That's why I'm asking. Like, I don't understand the whole thing of a team playing spoiler and all of that stuff. Because if we rest them, you don't have an expectation to go out there and win against them anyway. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You want to
Right.
win, but you know without Randall, Brunson, Hart, and RJ, the likelihood of you coming out there without a win is not as high as if all four of them guys were in the lineup.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or even just three
Uh,
or 4.
well, if you want to go with magic numbers, the magic number for the 5 seed is 3,
Yeah.
which
Still
is
what? Two games? What?
it's three a combination of 3 wins or losses, wins
Right,
and
right,
losses from the Nets. It's,
Right.
right.
so if the Nets
Well,
lose one, that's one. If the Knicks win,
right,
that's 2. If the Nets
right,
lose again, that's 3. If the Knicks win again, that's 3.
Right.
right. I usually say a team playing as spoilers they usually try to stop a team from winning the clinching game. That's what I mean by team playing as
Hey,
spoilers.
hey, man, but a lot of teams just pack it in and don't really care.
Right.
Right,
Gonna keep it
right,
real
right.
with you.
What do you think though? And the thing is, you think the Washington Wizards are gonna risk lottery pick positioning to knock off a non-rival? I mean, come on,
No,
bro.
I'm not.
I
No,
No.
mean,
I'm not saying that. No.
what do we even talk? That's like the Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know what I'm saying? We're worried about the Pittsburgh Pirates knocking off the Mets because they're playing spoiler. You know what I'm saying? They're not even in the same division. I
Now,
mean, none of this.
if you would have said the Marlins, then I would have been a
Yeah,
little bit, because that's what they do.
yeah.
That's what they try to do every year. The
If it was
Knicks don't like to
Brooklyn,
pay attention.
right? If we were playing Brooklyn Sunday, then we'd have a different. Yeah, but come on, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But because think about this. Think about this, Adam. Think about this.
Mhm.
Say in a weird twist of fate, the Wizards win that game and they make the playoffs. Guess what is at risk for the Wizards?
Giving us
Cool.
that pick.
That draft pick.
Oh
Right now
boy.
they sit 8, right?
Yeah. The Wizards ain't, man. Some things are not worth. Yeah, some things are not worth
Yeah, yeah.
even.
They're focused on re-signing Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh,
That
oh
those are
yeah.
these those are they're in a situation where I don't want to even be in, where I'm paying Bradley Beal $250 million, and I'm going to turn around and give 9 figures to Kristaps and Kuzma.
And Kuzma, bro.
Oh my God!
Personally, I
So
just say, if I'm the Wizards, get rid of Kuzma and Kristaps in a cap dump.
They're not going to do that. Their owner, Ted, I believe,
Yeah.
said we're never tanking when he
Yep.
got the team. We are never going to tank. So
Yeah.
he's fully down with mediocrity.
Basically.
yeah, but you know, if Tibbs would to rest Brunson, RJ, and Josh Hart for Sunday's game, then he should play, you know, Fournier, McBride, and another guy that's on the bench.
Heels.
I, knowing how
Sims.
Tibbs operates, if you're
Yeah,
healthy,
I don't think he's gonna rest. I
knowing
don't
how
think he's gonna
Tibbs
rest those
operates,
three guys.
Freezy, like if you're playing well, I mean, he's gonna want to go into the playoffs playing well with
Right.
whoever his
Right.
main guys are. Now, the most optimal scenario is we put them away early in the third quarter and everyone is on
Mm,
the bench for the fourth, kind
right,
of like
right,
how
right.
we did Brunson the other night. So that's the ideal scenario, but never know,
Right.
never can tell. But I think it's a little bit too far out. And when
Yeah.
with Tibbs is always like we have something to play for. So once we're like not, I feel like Tibbs wants to fully clinch that 5 seed in my mind.
Exactly. So knowing Tibbs, you know, I don't think he's gonna
I
rest
mean, and
anybody.
that's not necessarily a negative on my mind. So
Yeah, I don't think Tibbs is gonna rest Brunson, RJ, and Josh Hart. I think he's gonna play them. Unless the Knicks have like a 40, 50 point lead, then you could just play the bench guys and rest the starting unit. That's the only way I would see Brunson sitting on the bench and RJ and Josh Hart if the Knicks go out in a big lead.
I would like that, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Well, against the Wizards, you would think the Knicks would blow them out.
But at the end of the day, though, Adam, I need you to understand this. Regardless of regardless of it all, these players like who might be situational for his Deuce and
Yeah,
Jericho,
yeah,
they might need that, and they might need that experience to learn how to help fight through certain situations. So
yeah.
think about that.
Um,
Regardless, I'm saying regardless whether we 10, 2, 5, or 6, or even we taking the L.
yeah.
There's a lot of background noise somewhere.
Not me.
I think that's
Yeah,
come from
my
Wiz.
my take is this: only one who needs rest on this team right now is Brunson. RJ needs reps to get himself in rhythm. Something he's off. He needs the reps. Josh Hart, technically, he's still gelling. Although he's a natural, I think he's still gelling to really find all the nuances about how he works with the bench and the starters. So I think Josh should still stay playing. Yes, I'd probably reduce minutes, but the only one I think about resting is Brunson. Everybody else has work to do to improve their games, to develop things that they're seeing themselves lacking all the way across. Including Grimes, obviously IQ's seen some more things he got and is working with it. So that's my take. Only one to rest is Brunson, not just rest but protected from being
Okay.
injured.
Mute yourself, Wiz. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, man. I'm not sure, man. I think these last 4 games are going to be a breeze.
I'm
As Knicks fans, I think what we should, how we should feel right now is however you want to feel. But I think optimally, I think what we should do is look at the fact that these last 4 teams we're playing suck. And if there's a struggle against the Wizards or the Pacers or the Pelicans or the Pacers, they're
well.
they're
So
struggling.
I was
They're
gonna say,
struggling because
Freezy,
hold on.
you got
Let
it.
me
You got
fin-
it.
let me fin-
Well,
let me finish my thought. If we struggle against teams that are already struggling, then it's because we're struggling against them, not because they're good. These teams have proven over the course of 78 games that they suck. Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead, boss.
I think the Pelicans have won 6 out of their last 7, and Brandon Ingram is playing out of his mind. But
Yeah.
outside of that, though, that's the only game where I'm like kind of worried.
The
A
only
lot of
game I worried
a lot
about.
of these teams have packed it in. So
The only game I worried about is the next one, only for one reason. Last time when we beat Boston, what happened after that? Did we lose 3 in a row?
Right.
Yes.
When we played Denver, what happened after that? When we beat Denver, did we lose?
Right.
Went on a losing streak. I think because I was worried a little bit about today, but because what happened with Randall on Wednesday, I changed my prediction. But there's a part of us that has this over-elation, we
Wiz,
put it all out.
but listen, and these with that said, if we lose these last 4 games, then what?
still gonna be like,
Oh no, it's not about losing. It's about the rhythm of winning a big game and maintaining the intensity the next game. Even if I said we get opponent, just to maintain that, get that rhythm out of our system.
Okay.
To not lose after having a big win and having our system not having a letdown. That's the only reason I even think about.
Yeah. See, because the way you phrased it at the beginning made it seem like we have it's the up and down. We beat the Cavs,
Oh, right,
and then we're gonna lose it. Yeah, but then when you rephrased it, it's I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
But what we don't want to do, man, is get as I'm trying to tell all of y'all as Knicks fans, man, lighten up, bro. I mean, come on. Lighten up. It's not like you're gonna wake up tomorrow and the Knicks are gonna be in last place. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Definitely not that. I mean, I already called Wednesday. I already called the lock. I said, I don't care. We got this. We got the playoff spot locked. My thing was about getting our emotions in check, where we're used to having a huge game. Plus, in the playoffs, we may have a double overtime victory, in game 4, and we start thinking.
Right. But Wiz, okay. That's what I'm saying. Wiz, you nervous, bro? What you forget is if the Knicks play a team to double overtime in the playoffs, guess what happens, Wiz? The other team is gonna be tired too.
It's not about fatigue. It's not about fatigue. It's about emotional and mental control. It's not fatigue. It's about the excitement.
Are you echoing?
Huh?
You started echoing out of the blue.
Oh, it's not about the fatigue. It's about the over-elation and excitement, and then having a mental or emotional letdown. But where a team like Milwaukee and Boston already been through that. They know how to regulate their emotions, even after a big win, and they don't have that emotional mental breakdown that happens when you have a huge victory. To have that cycle, it's not the physical fatigue. It's the cycle of emotions that you kind of have to regulate, because you walk off that floor and you let all that out. And it's not about physical. It's almost more mental and emotional than it is physical.
Okay, Wiz, but can I say this to you? You know what I'm saying? You got to think the majority of our team are even playoff, what I'm saying, season to some degree. Not to the point of where you're going with, but I doubt that where you're going with it. Like you're going a little too deep in your thoughts about this situation. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, take your time. Let's take one step at a time. Let's take one game at a time and everything like that. But when we get to the playoffs, let the cards fall where they may, and let our coach, who just proved himself as to making some adjustments and making things happen. So just like you said, you got to relax.
So before we actually go any further, I said this in if anything we should think about, not we should think about it. If anything, I'm just throwing out all the possibilities. So it's not like I put any real weight on this.
Okay.
If anything.
Hey, y'all gotta let each other finish talking, bro.
I apologize.
No, go ahead, Lee.
Okay. I apologize. Number one, I'm sorry, Freezy, but
No. Go.
you got to take that key word out of it. If, because you understand what I'm saying. We can't go with no ifs anymore. We gotta go where
No.
we
What
got.
I'm saying is, okay, let's take it back
I
then. Let's take
And
understand.
it back.
where's let him finish talking.
The fact he's
Uh,
misinterpreted. He misunderstood what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm trying to bring back.
Wiz,
Okay,
chill out. I did not misunderstand a thing.
you did.
What
But
I'm
go ahead,
trying,
keep
what I'm,
talking. You did. Go ahead.
so be it if I did, then I'm sorry. But the key word is took the if out of it because if is an undefined factor. You understand what I'm saying? If I hit the lottery yesterday, you know what I would be? $12 million richer. That's what I did yesterday. I played the lottery. You understand what I'm saying? But I can't go with if anymore because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play again come Monday. So I'm taking if out the factor. So
So okay. So if you're taking if out the factor, and Wiz says you misunderstood what he's saying. Wiz, what is it that is misunderstood about the statement that you made?
Okay, so let's use the scenario. Tomorrow, this it's going to be sunny in LA, right? And I said, but if I want to consider any possibility it's going to rain, I'm gonna have an umbrella in my house. I don't need it, but just the possibility exists, which is very unlikely. I'm throwing it out there I just threw it in there to say we're cool with Sunday. We got no problems with the rest of the season. I would like Russ to get a little bit of rest.
Wiz, are you the dude walking around with an umbrella on a sunny day?
No. I'm saying no. I'm just saying that.
But you said because Lee said take the if out of it, right? And then you said no, Lee, you misunderstood what I'm saying. I'm saying if,
okay,
right?
I'm not okay, but
So Lee was absolutely right, but you wanted to make a different type of example.
Okay. No, the example wasn't that I think this should be even considered. I was just throwing the rarest scenario out there and going, if you guys want to think about anything at all, if you want to think about discuss any topic, I'm just throwing it out there as here is something if you want to consider it. But I don't think it's a factor. I'm just saying I'm going to throw it out there, to say some, just a little piece of meat for you guys to, nibble on. But it's not a relevant part because I don't think it's going to affect us because we have too many checks and balances to not let it.
Wiz, hey, can I do
oh,
this?
okay.
Can I?
I want to say
Not Lee. We don't want to do the scenario thing. I don't want to do that because it is boring.
Right.
Let me. I don't want to do the multiple scenario thing.
Thank you.
That's boring. Hey, but what I would say, Wiz, is this: did you see your boy get 10 minutes tonight and he dunked?
I told you I fainted, man. I told you I was too excited. My grandson with a dunk. What? I was so happy. Now that's a 9-man rotation where at least you get 10 minutes to the ninth man. Give me some minutes. Give a boy some minutes. I was so excited. I'm sorry. I was so excited. I mean, I'm gonna go
most
on.
of y'all niggas will know me.
I'm going to Instagram today. I'm going to DM him and be like, dude, you got some minutes, son. Now remember who your granddad is when you get that check one day, when you get that big contract.
Cut the check. Right.
Hey, that was a beautiful thing.
Just one more thing before I get out of here and go put these legs up, man. From the beginning of the season until now, did this season play out like you anticipated it would? Or did you have a rock solid thought and the Knicks kind of played out to exactly the way you thought things would play out?
Oh, can I please?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Please. I'm gonna say this.
You the man. You weren't supposed to be asking the questions. I'm sitting up here, man, with my leg hurting.
My fault, man. My fault. I'm gonna email you some ice. But anyway, but I'm gonna say this, yo. I knew that we were gonna be at least 8 to 10 games better. I didn't know how it was gonna happen, but I knew that we were gonna be 8 to 10 games better because of the acquisition of Brunson. I knew this. I said this in the offseason. I said this during this whole Donovan Mitchell situation. whether we got him or not. And I was really like on on the other side of not pushing the issue to go get him, to keep rolling the dice with which we have. So can I say that? Yes, on that. Now, can I say this? I knew this was going to happen specifically the way it happened. No, I'd be a liar. You understand what I'm saying? And
Right.
to be honest with you, anybody who does say that, they're liars too. You understand what I'm saying?
All right. All right.
So my thought was, I thought Brunson is a 5-game extra benefit to us. I called it 5 games.
So that's 43.
43 exactly. 42, 43.
No. Let me see. You said 5. Yeah, so it's 42.
42. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. It's 5 games extra. But almost everything that happened this season exceeded my expectations, shocked me. But the surprise was the way it began and the way Tibbs made that change, that transition. I would have never thought D Rose and Fournier would not be playing. I never thought that. I thought the possibility of Cam failing. I thought the possibility of RJ not really developing much. But I didn't expect Randall step up like he did at that level. And he's going to be solid, but I didn't think, but he's exceeded my expectations. But Brunson, beyond my expectation. Even Grimes, I didn't know his D was like that. I knew it was tight, but Grimes D. Then IQ, of course. I mean, man, quickly. So yeah, this season has totally shocked me and surprised me, and very positive, pleasantly surprised. And I'm really impressed with this team.
Okay.
But very, very.
Okay. Hey, just really quickly, right? Just really quickly. I'm recording a podcast in the morning, right? And the title of the podcast in my mind right now, the title may change, everybody. And for those of y'all in the chat, I'm gonna invite y'all to download the podcast. But I want to do one tomorrow. I want to do 2 tomorrow. Right. One is about you guys' favorite, RJ Barrett. Right. That's the secondary one. I think I might do that one by myself, but I'm going to invite some others.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to invite some others to the Heaven Must Feel Like This podcast. Right. It's going to be episode 4 of season 3. Man, Spotify, man, we blowing up. We blowing up over there, bro. I'm a rock star damn near over there, which is weird because that's not something that I really thought would ever happen, right? But when your podcast gets downloaded with like some of the people that have been podcasting for like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like brings you into the moment. But I'm gonna invite you guys, man. I'm gonna try to record around 8 a.m. And I know that's early for some of you guys, some of you midnight marauders. But basically what I'm gonna talk about is did you think this season would turn out the way that it did? Right? Through all the stuff that happened, like through the summer, the bad draft pick, not getting Donovan Mitchell, not playing Cam Reddish, waiving Taj Gibson, all these things happened, right? And so B Baller for real said, did you hear him say the Brunson burner? No, I didn't, bro. That's funny. That's hilarious. But what I'm gonna do though is kind of open it up. But the only thing about it is when we do it, if you have the opportunity to come on for one, just remember that when we do podcasting, it's got to be library quiet. 2, you can't cut people off while they're talking. Period. Like if you cut somebody off or if you not library quiet, I gotta boot you from the recording. Right? Not boot you from my life. Not boot you from Blorange Tears, but from that recording. Y'all know what it is. Right? So we're gonna do that tomorrow. And so what I'm gonna also do is the next time that we do it, I'm gonna whoever's on that podcast, I'm gonna feature them, put them in the description of the next few videos. so that everybody that clicks on the video gets the opportunity to click on that link and listen to that podcast. So if you want to jump in and do it, then that's fine. I'm probably going to try to limit it to like three people tops. You know what I'm saying? So that we won't have a crowd in there, so it won't sound like a pizza party. But also we're going to try to do more and more stuff like that too, as we do more and more stuff on YouTube and continue to kind of grow the channel. On that note, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I will holler at y'all later. I'll probably see y'all in about 6 hours. So that because I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna record it here. I'm gonna put it over there, and then we're gonna rock and roll. So I'll holler at y'all later, man.
All right, boss.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.